In my locker, I found some old chairs that I think I can make cool again. They just need some of that old Marin magic. I have this idea that I'll take these chairs and turn them into a cool, retro, mid-century modern-style couch. Many Storage Wars fans thought Mary Padian was the most charming and fun cast member. Her quirky personality, contagious energy, and unique ability to turn trash into treasure made her stand out on the show. Mary was not as aggressive as some of the other bids. She brought a fun, lighthearted item. There was a lot of life in Mary's parts, which is why everyone was worried when she stopped being on the show. Let's talk about what really happened to Mary Padian from Storage Wars. Mary Padian was born in Dallas, Texas, on August 24, 1980. Her father, John Padian, is Irish, and her mother, Teresa Padian, is Lebanese. She grew up in a loving and creative home that supported her love of designing and reusing things. She showed a strong interest in arts, antiques, and repair from a very young age. Because of her father, who ran a business that recycled old metal, Mary went to the University of Texas at Austin to study photography for her undergraduate degree. This schooling had a big impact on her future work because it gave her a strong background in the art of visual storytelling and a keen eye for detail. She improved her ability to find unique and valuable things while she was in college, which helped her in her working life. After finishing in 2003, Mary looked for work in the church. The creative industry will finally move to New York City. When Mary Padian moved to New York City, she quickly found work at Architectural Digest, a well-known magazine about interior design. She started out as an assistant editor, which gave her the chance to learn a lot about high-end building, interior design, and collecting old things. Working for Architectural Digest taught her how to select and value one-of-a-kind items, which would be very useful later on in her work. Architectural Digest that Mary started to give her artistic side more attention. It was called Mary's Finds, and it was where she wrote about the unique and old furniture she found. People liked her blog because it showed how talented she was at turning ordinary or discarded things into stylish and useful home decor. Mary felt a pull to go back to Texas to pursue a more hands-on job, even though she was doing well in New York. She knew she wanted to do more than write about furniture and antiques. She meant to sell them and fix them up herself. Because of this, she chose to quit Architectural Digest and move back to Dallas. Mary moved out of New York and came back to Texas in 2010. She opened her own store in Dallas. Her store sold mostly used furniture, home goods, and things that had been recycled. Storage Wars producers were interested in her because she loves to find hidden gems and turn them into valuable things. Texas, a show based off of the popular TV show Storage Wars, the show was mostly about people bidding on empty storage units. In the hopes of finding valuable things among the trash, Mary first heard about the show from Mo Prigo, a regular buyer on Storage Wars Texas who had been a loyal customer of hers. Mo thought Mary's good eye for finding valuable things could help him, so he asked her to go with him to storage unit sales. Her excitement, one-of-a-kind style, and real love of wealth hunting made her stand out on the show right away. Because of how well she did on Storage Wars Texas, she was eventually asked to join the main series of Storage Wars. Over time, she gained even more fans and became one of the most loved cast members on the show. In its 5th season, Mary joined the original Storage Wars show, giving it a new look and a young energy. Some of her rivals were more interested in high-level collectibles. Mary was known for seeing promise in things that other people would have thrown away. Because she has experience in both creation and restoration, she can turn things that don't seem worth anything into things that people want. The things she did with other cast members like Barry Weiss and Brandy Passante made the show more interesting and fun. Mary's funny and odd attitude stood out from the more serious and competitive bidders, which was a good thing. Her business grew as she became more well-known. People who watched the show would go to Mary's Finds to buy things they had seen her get on the show. A lot of people were moved by her ability to take old, ignored things and turn them into stylish, useful pieces. It made them want to try their hand at it themselves. Recycling and reusing furniture, even though the business of storage auctions is very competitive, Mary was still one of the most liked cast members. In the world of reality TV, she stood out because of her positive mood, love for what she did, and ability to find beauty in the unexpected. Storage Wars took a break for good in 2019, leaving fans wondering what Mary would do next. A&E and Mary herself never made a public announcement that she was leaving the show, so fans were left wondering why she was no longer on it. But there are a number of reasonable reasons why she shouldn't have been there. One of the main reasons was that the show was on pause. She never said for sure why she left, but it seems like she wanted to focus on her personal projects and business instead of being on TV full time. Fans never forgot about Mary, even though she wasn't on the show as often as she used to be. They still follow her journey in the hopes that she will one day come back to the screen. When Storage Wars took a break in 2019, Mary Padian moved her attention to her business, Mary Finds. The shop that sells vintage clothes, accessories, and home decor has always been a love of hers, and she spent more time collecting and selling one-of-a-kind items. But in 2012, a big drop in foot traffic made things hard for Mary's Finds and many other small businesses. In light of this, Mary had to make the difficult choice to close her store. Instead of giving up on her business completely, she changed it to an online approach and started the website marysfinds.com. Through the web store, she kept selling used and upcycled items, many of which she got from storage units and other used items she found elsewhere. Mary was able to reach more people outside of Texas after she put her finds online. Even though her business strategy had changed, her friends and customers could still look at and buy her one-of-a-kind creations, which kept her love of vintage items alive. During this time, Mary also came back to Texas after shooting Storage Wars in California. She became calmer and more independent, living a life focused on her art and keeping in touch with her fans through social media. After a short break, Storage Wars came back for a 13th season in 2021, which fans were very excited about. To their joy, Mary Padian was back. Longtime fans were thrilled to see her back because they had missed her fun, quirky energy on the show. Even though she wasn't a full-time cast member, Mary made a guest appearance in the first episode to show that she still loved storage auctions. In the episode she was in, she showed that she wasn't out of touch. She kept finding useful and interesting things by using her imagination to see promise where other people saw trash. Even though she was only back for a short time, it was enough to remember everyone why she was so popular. She didn't come back as a regular cast member, but her guest roles let fans know that she was still a part of the Storage Wars family. Mary Padian's main goal today is to run her online business, What Mary Finds. Besides her business, she's very interested in helping others, especially through her work, with Ubuntu Life, a nonprofit that gives Kenyan women power by giving them stable jobs and paying for medical care for kids with neurological problems. The group sells fair trade goods made by Kenyan artists, and the money from those sales goes to help a specialty medical clinic. Mary actively supports Ubuntu Life by using her platform to get the word out and ask people to help. She even helped come up with the idea for Joy Bracelets, a unique item made by hand in Kenya, with all the money raised going to charity. How she was involved demonstrates her dedication to responsible fashion, long-term sustainability, and charity work. Even though she hasn't said for sure that she will be back on Storage Wars full-time, she is still available for guest spots, which makes her fans very happy. Mary is doing well financially. Her estimated net worth is $2 million, comes from her gains from Storage Wars, her successful business, and her work with brands. She's not on TV as much, but she's made a great living doing what she loves, finding, fixing up, and selling one-of-a-kind items.